Good morning, everyone. How are we this morning? It is 6:05 and I'm just starting my day. Right guys, just been to Morrison's. You don't start your day without a good coffee. You know what? Their machine's broken. That's right. No bloody coffee this morning. So I'm starting my day without a coffee. And as you can imagine, nobody starts their day without a coffee. That's just not good for business. So off to work we go. 20 minutes, 25 minutes I think it is to my little destination, and hopefully there's some milk. If there's no milk, I'm going to be a very, very sad little person today. So, right, I should catch up with you guys, hopefully when I've had a coffee. Most important part of the day, and there isn't even a coffee around. Right, see you soon guys. Right guys, so I've just got on site. It's just after 6:30, and oh, it's treacherous. It was horrible driving to work this morning. White roads, hail, sleet. It's bloody horrible. So I'm just going to go in the office. I've had my handover. Make a coffee. So I've got milk. Got some milk, so that's the main thing. And start the day right. So I'll start by putting that old boy on. And make me coffee. And I'll catch up with you guys shortly. Probably when I do a patrol. So I shall see you soon. Hello guys, back again. So I've just done my patrol, and just as I got through the door, crikey, this is what I've got to contend with. Let's have a look. I've got to try and work out how to do the cam. Oh no, broke it. Right, let's show you what I've got to contend with. You ready? It's an absolute blizzmal out here this morning. Teaming it down. Absolutely tiddling it down. But that's fine. It's all part of the job, getting soaking wet. So I thought today what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through a couple of the comments that are on the previous video that I did, and then I'm going to talk to you about equipment and stuff that I take with me on site, and go from there. So I shall see you all very, very shortly for an update on what I bring to site, and reply back to your comments as well. So I shall see you very soon. Okay guys, so comments on the last video, there's a couple, and I'm going to reply back to them. So I had a comment from the Scots Yardman. Thank you very much for your comment, and I have replied back, but I thought I'd just go into a bit more detail. So you asked how I'm finding the night shifts. Love them. I absolutely love night shifts. Probably one of the best parts of the job is the night shifts. I get a lot more done than I can in a day shift. So that's probably why. And I've done nights for so long now where when it comes to doing days, my body's exhausted. So trying to adjust my body to a day shift it's hard. It's very hard. But if you've got any advice on how to readjust your body from days to nights, nights to days, that'll be great. You also said that you enjoyed security. You've done it for a good few years. And you've also put that it's changed a lot over the past 10 years. Security has changed over the past 10 years. I think the way the training's done, and how you have to go about getting your badge, the cost of that is a costly experience. And I spent a fair bit on getting my badge, along with other qualifications. So if you've done security, or you're in security, or you're in the industry now, and you've been in it for a fair while, tell me what's changed, and how you feel, whether it's changed for the better, for the worst. What do you think could be improved? What training do you feel should be added, taken away? That sort of thing. So let me know. That would be great. I also had a comment from Pearl Laser. I apologise if I have said that wrong. In the last video, I asked for some comments on whether you've had good experiences or bad experiences with security officers. The comment I got back was that Pearl hasn't had any issues with security, and that's because he says that it's not difficult to get on with us, and you're right, it's not. You know, we're humans. Talk to us. We're good at talking most of the time. There are times when we aren't so good at talking, but just approach us, have a chat with us. If you're interested in going into the industry, ask us. My favourite part of what was my favourite security job? So I've only been doing this for 6-7 months, but I've done a lot in that time. I've done a fair few sites. My favourite currently this year, so in 2020, my favourite security job was when I went and I did the security at I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That was great. Worked with a good lot of guys, learnt a lot from the guys. Now, a lot of the guys that were there were CPs, which is the Close Protection badge, which we'll talk about a little bit more into. But I loved it. The best part of that was being able to see how others work and gain a lot more knowledge and experience. The downside of that was that it was long days, or in my case nights. It was 48 nights. But the upside of doing the 48 nights meant that I was able to gain a lot of experience from the guys that were on the ground and that have been doing it for some time. A lot of ex-military, a lot of experience behind them, and very knowledgeable. So yeah, I'd say it's when I went and done I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, that was great. My worst experience, I think for me, my worst experience currently was having to get physical with somebody because they were too drunk. And unfortunately, that led to that person being thrown out the pub. Talking wasn't doing anything, and then that person become physical, which meant I had no other option. But when it gets to that point, and after that situation's done with, it ruins the night or the shift that you're on, because you never go to work to want to have to physically throw anyone out of anywhere. You want everyone to be safe and have an enjoyable time. So yeah, I think from that point of view, the worst experiences was, and I think it'll always be the worst experiences where if I ever have to get hands on with anyone, it's not pleasant, and I don't like it. I prefer to talk, and 95% of the time, talking does the trick. There's always that 5% of the time that it doesn't work. So, yeah, that's my responses to the comments that are on the latest video. If you haven't seen it, pop over, have a look at it, have a watch of it. It is a bit of a long one. They are all going to be pretty long ones, but I'm not very good at editing videos. So if you've got any advice on editing videos or anything like that, then just let me know. It's a learning curve. And I'll be back later on this afternoon with an update on what kit I take with me on shift and why. But for now, guys, I shall see you soon. Stay out of this weather. It's bloody horrible out there. Have yourself a brew. I've always found that coffee is a man's best friend. Anyway, I'll see you very soon. Alright guys, I thought I'd brave the weather, take you on a patrol with me. Not much to the patrol really, but they get done as often as the client wishes, and just check the site really. Especially with this wind at the moment, there's lots of stuff flying about. So it's blowing a hoolie, I can tell you. What's the weather like where you are? I don't know if it's any better than what it is down in Cornwall, but it's definitely blowing a little hoolie. So let's have a butcher's and see what's what. Yeah, everything's fallen over. I was thinking it was going to be a nice sunny day, but no. The weather is horrible. Temperature's really low as well, so don't like it. I don't like the cold weather. roll on when it's back to winter. Nope, we are in the winter. Roll on when it's back to the summer. When everything's nice. I just stood in a bloody massive puddle, got wet foot. So, sun shines out. So I do my patrol on site and then go back to the cabin and fill out my bit of paperwork that I've got to fill out, and then we can go from there. So that's that. Right. I'm just going to go back and do my paperwork, and then have a quick chat with you guys about what sort of stuff I bring to work. It's a 12-hour shift today. I'm on this site all week, so if any of you, telly, I don't like it. I hate it. If any of you got any questions that you want to ask, drop them in the comments box below, and we'll do a bit of a Q&A. Yeah, see how it goes. So yeah, drop them in the comments box, guys. We'll go from there. See you shortly, if I haven't blown away. Okay guys, I'm back. So, just been to Greggs. Had to get me sausage roll. I've done my paperwork. It's more of a little bit of a spreadsheet really. Just see what we've done. What vehicles are on site, if any persons are on site, things like that. Right, I said about telling you what I take on, what I bring with me to work. So I always bring 2 bags. One's a backpack and one's a handheld bag. So it's my handheld bag. Oh, it's not very. There we go. And that's my laptop bag. So I always take my laptop with me. Always take my laptop. Nice woolly hat. Always take first aid kit, spare radio batteries, waterproof trousers, both high vis and normal, and 2 folders. One folder's got all my certificates, invoices, things like that, and a notebook. Notebooks are good because if the computer decides to go hey-witty, which it did this morning, you can write things down. SIA badge or badges, depending on how many you hold or what ones you're holding. Always carry those with you. Coffee. Always go to work with a jar of coffee in your bag. I found this out the hard way. Come onto some sites and there's no brewing facilities, so you have to kind of get your own sort of kettle and things like that. So that's what we've done here. But always make sure you've got coffee or tea. If you don't drink coffee, tea it is. That's all I take really. Laptop. I take my 3 mobile data pack and 4 battery packs, depending on how long your shift's going to be or what have you, but 4 of those as well. Let me know in the comments below, what do you take to work with you? If you're self-employed, work with a company, so on and so forth. And yeah, I'm going to eat my sausage rolls, have my coffee, and I'll catch up with you guys later on for another walk around in the wind. See you in a bit, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. It is currently 3:57 This shift has been very, very long. So through the shift, I've been doing my patrols, making some notes for tomorrow's vlog. But then I had a message saying that I had a new comment, and I've looked at the comment, and it's from Midnight Violet, who actually asks a very good question. Her question is, how do you manage to do your job during the pandemic? Are there certain protocols you have to follow? This year has been an absolute ball of a year for everyone. The pandemic for us in security is difficult. It's the face masks, the social distancing. We still have to adhere to all of that. Today, well, this week, it'll be the first week I've not had to wear one whilst at work. Purely and simply because there is nobody here apart from me. The only time I'll put a face mask on is when I do handover. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. We still have to adhere to social distancing when we're on other sites. I think the hard thing for any security officer who's worked through the pandemic, as I have, is educating members of public on the social distancing and trying to get them to understand why it's there. The face mask thing is very, very, very hard, and I'll explain a little bit more in depth tomorrow to why it can be a bit difficult. The hardest thing for me is people that don't wear face masks, who say they're exempt. Now, 98% of people will have a lanyard saying, I am exempt. We're not prejudiced. If you're exempt from wearing a mask, then that's fine. If we ask you, have you got a mask, and you become verbally aggressive, which on several occasions I've had, then that's not okay. We're just trying to do our job. So tomorrow I'll explain more of the face masks and the difficulty we've had, or I've had and experienced. It'd be good to hear from anyone else who's on security, who does security, who works in public figures, on what they've experienced. But I must say, working in this pandemic throughout it's been very difficult. Personal space has changed a lot. Keeping that 2 meters, working on the doors, checking IDs, things like that. It's been difficult. Explaining that you've got so much of a capacity, asking people to stay in their seats and things like that. So yeah, I must say this pandemic is yeah, it's a new one, and it's one that I think we all need to start getting used to. But I think, again, you know, from a personal point of view, it's working with members of public to educate them. So to keep myself safe, I do wear a mask when I'm on a shift, whether that's a 12-hour shift, 4 hours, 6 hours. We do adhere to put social distancing, and the office that I'm in now will get sanitised, Clinell wiped, and everything else, and that's done half an hour before the night shift come on, and again that's done half an hour before I come back on first thing in the morning. So there's things in place to keep us safe. I hope that's answered your question, Midnight Violet. Or if you want more information, or you've got more questions or anything like that, do feel free to, you know, drop me another comment and I will add it on tomorrow. So I shall speak to you all later on. Cheers, guys. Good evening, guys. Just wanted to say, before I forget, it's now the end of my shift. Gotta go and do handover, and then I am gonna go home. I hope you enjoy this vlog chat. Tomorrow we're going to be talking a little bit more about getting into the security industry, and part of the chat will probably be about how we've worked through this pandemic. If you've got any questions before that, drop them in the comments box below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another vlog.